Hello, friends. Hope you are doing well. And let's see one more topic from unit number 5. This topic is meant for BBA 5th semester. Dear students, let's talk about one of the important topic from the last unit which we have left out with. So let's start with the topic today itself. And the topic is steps in starting a small industry. So basically there are two kind of people. The first one is a person who finds an opportunity in the market, and who finds an opportunity in the business environment where he can start a business, a small business, a small industry setup. And the second personality will be like he has no other option but to for making his livelihood. He has to start his own business, own small industry, to earn bread and butter. So there are two kind of people here. One is by entrepreneur is by choice, and the second one is entrepreneur by compulsion. So basically, the objective, an entrepreneur desirous of starting a small scale industry should have a clear picture of objectives of his project. So a person who is starting his own small scale industry, he should have clear vision, clear objective of his project, that what kind of project is going to open up, and what kind of project he is running, and where he has to go, and where he is standing right now. So he should know the complete pathway. And the second is licenses. So it is very important for any of the small business or a large business or a medium kind of businesses to get the licenses from the state government or the central government. So licenses are must. Also, industries employing less than 100 workers and having fixed assets of less than 10 lakhs need to obtain any license under the Industries Development and Regulation Act. So, registration of small scale industry, we have to do the registrations also for small scale industry. So, here we can say entrepreneur employing more than 10 workers should get themselves registered with the director of industries in their state. Okay, and the copy of the application for registration should be sent to the director of small industries service institute in the concerned state. And the machinery, when we talk about the machinery, the small entrepreneur need the requisite type of machines for the production. So, okay, so for any of the production, whether it is small or big, we have to see to that that required machinery is available, because without machinery no production is possible. If you are doing small production on smaller scale or on small in small level also, the machinery is very much necessary. So you have to see to that whether that required machinery is available in your manufacturing unit or not. And if it is not available, then you have to make it sure that it is available from any of the sources. And when we talk about the raw materials, so raw materials required by small scale industry may broadly be classified under raw material components. When we talk about raw material, we talk about the components, their spares, okay, and non-ferrous materials, both indigenous and imported, iron and steel, both indigenous and imported, and chemicals, indigenous and imported. And talking about the finance is very much required generally for a small scale industry or exercise. We can say that finance is is the where a person who is starting his own small scale industry setup, he does not have finance available by himself. He does not have that much of saving, so he has to take the finances from the banks or the institution or from the borrower. or from the family circles, or the friend circles. So he has to depend on these kind of people who will be helpful for them to for a particular fund or finance. So there are certain steps that we are going to cover up. There are major steps, we can say. These are the steps. If we follow these steps one by one, we can say that we are setting up a small scale industry in a reasonable manner. Where first step will be information collection. In information collection, the first step involved in decide which enterprise one wants to set up. Information collection is nothing but we have to collect an information before we start up any of the industry, whether it's a small or large or a medium. We have to collect the information from the different directories, for telephone directories, or we have to collect the information regarding what kind of business we have to run with, and which product we are going to take up in a market, and what will be our location, plant location, and where we have to set up, how many workforce is required, and how many personnels are required to carry on that particular process or method, and what kind of machinery is required. All this kind of information is required from the primary as well as from the secondary sources. Then only we can decide the next step. And the next step will be, what will be next step? Information organization. The after information collection, we have to see to that that particular information is being organized in such a manner so that we'll be able to see whether the collected information are meaningful or not. So we have to see to that also. So because there will be lot of information which we have been collected from the primary as well as from the secondary sources, so we have to segregate those information, and we have to see to that whether the sound information is available for our next step or not. Because that sound information is nothing but the useful information which is required for running up a certain kind of enterprise, or small business unit. uh, we can say information regarding the space, information regarding fund, information regarding training and development, manpower requirements. All these are called the useful information from the different sources of information. So need not to gather a lot of information. We have to just stick to certain information here. And the next step will be acquiring required or vocational skills. The third step is to understand the need for upgrading one's vocational skills if it is prerequisite of your small enterprise unit. So acquired and vocational skill, what we can say here, acquired skills are those skills which we do which a particular person don't have, but he has to acquire it from the other sources, or from the brushing up his skills, from training and development, or from different methods. So these are called acquired skills which a particular person doesn't have, but he has to acquire it from the other methods or from the other sources. And vocational skills, these are vocational skills. Vocational skills are those skills which are helpful for earning bread and butter. So these are the vocational skills. So these skills are required for any of the enterprise, or for any of the person who has to start his business or his own business. So we have to understand this also, that what will be our acquired skills and vocational skills, and we have to differentiate these skills, and we have to see to that each skills will be no each skills are required, and each skills is necessary for each and every person. Then the financial requirement, next up is financial requirements. So here, as we already talk about the financial things here, financial requirement are basically the requirements from the sources like borrower, or from the family members or friends or relatives or from the financial institutions. So these are the sources where an entrepreneur, he'll be getting his funds or getting his financial assistance. So generally a particular person who is starting his own business, he don't have that much saving, he don't have that much of savings available. So what he has to do is he has to see to that these are the different sources from where he can collect the finance, his financial stuffs. And so he'll be in position to run a particular unit. And the next step is market assessment. So here market assessment, we have to see to that to survive in the market, and which location and which product is going to be launched. So location we have to see, whether our particular unit, whether our manufacturing unit is on the sound location or not, whether he'll be getting a good demand for his particular product or not. And the second thing is product. So before launching any product, we have to see to that that product is having a high demand in that particular area, and the customer is very much need very much greedy about that particular product. So that market assessment we have to do, we have to survey that particular location, we have to find out that who all are our prospective customers, those, and those prospective customer will be our targeted customer as well. So we have to see to that proper market assessment has been done or not. And the last step is provision of for crisis. Here we have to see provision for crisis means crisis is any future events or unforeseen events which may be risky for our business. So these kind of crises or bad happenings which has not been seen in advance, these kind of crisis has to be ignored. And for that we have to make a certain provision for that. Provision in the sense we have to see to that if this crisis happens also, we have certain solution. We should have no perfect solution for that, how to sort out that particular crisis in that particular situation. So we have to be get ready, we have to get ready for this kind of crisis. If it happens also, we'll be able to manage these kind of crisis easily, because we have the provisions or we have the solutions for it in advance. So we have to see to that these crises, if happens also, we'll be in position to manage the crisis so well in advance. So these are natural calamities also, or regarding the policies or finances. These are called certain crises which will be able to manage in future. So for that, our particular system should be ready, our particular unit should be ready, so that he'll be able to manage all these crises so well in advance, so there will be no issue at all. So this is all about our topic today. Next topic we are also coming up with more points, with more important viewpoint on that. So let's wind up this topic today, and let's see our next topic very soon, and we'll be in touch very soon. And hope you guys are studying in home, and I hope you guys making proper use of your time. So my well wishes are there with you guys. So keep in touch with me. If you have any doubt, you can reach me from at my official email id or official mobile WhatsApp number 6397635767. So for any doubt, you can contact me at any time, and make proper use of your time as well. Thank you. Thanks for the today, and let's hope that we're going to meet maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So thank you for today. Thanks a lot.